CEO, founder, and head of medical department in Pioneer Health Assistance Store, aka RS. In this series of video, I want to talk about one of our great application called Symptom. And we explain you how does it work and what is the ability of this application. Let's be with me. Okay, what is our goal? Our goal is to use a combination of data science, machine learning, and deep learning in medical data to build a super system or a cloud system in the treatment disease. This set of systems, known as an RS cloud system, use a combination of clinical, paraclinical, and experimental data and different types of trials to make medical decision and recommendation. As a result, we have developed several software packages to implement this project in pursuit of our desire to diagnose and treat the disease in a fully mechanized manner, to identify and analyze different kind of neurological or different type of disease to help the patient and doctors to diagnose their problem and help to cure their illness. Thank you very much. In the next slide, I want to talk about our RS Lab. You can see we have different type of applications that can use for a different, different type of works. For example, in the top of this schema, you can see our symptom checking system, in drug interaction, trial interpretation to help the people which don't know anything about disease, appointment for visiting patient to the doctor, data registry, health monitoring, and in the center in this schema, you can see our RMS main system can diagnose neurological disease. Okay, in this video, I want to talk about our symptom checking system and their ability. Okay, what's the problem? Okay, diagnosing the disease has got a lot of trouble, even for doctor and patients. For example, diagnose a different type of disease, for example, cancer, are time-consuming and has a lot of risk, and there's a different kind of trial needs to doctor can identify the possibility of tumor. So if you have got a mechanical, if you have got a smart system, can help patients to identify their disease so well, it's got a very good for the doctor to start their treatment and help the people and save them. So what's one of the biggest problem in the medical industry is time consuming and a lot of risk. The next problem, which are so big and a lot of family has conflict, has got a lot of struggle with that, is waste of time and money. After you give a different type of trial, you need to interpret them by the different type of doctor and radiologist, which we know that there is a small population of them works in the work, and there's a lack of experience that maybe exist between them, and we must spend a lot of money. That's so painful for a lot of people. So waste of time and money is another problem in this industry. And then last and maybe one of the most important problem is human mistakes by the doctor or the different type of resident and the people who works in this industry, because there's a lot of work to do. There's a long time work for them, and exhaustedness and lack of experience maybe become the reasons that makes this problem, and the result and consequence of this problem is catastrophe. Okay, I introduce you what's the problem in this part and in this situation, and what is the solution. In the next slide, I want to talk about the solutions. Okay, in the next slide, I want to talk about what's the solution. The solution of this big and complicated problem is using a combination of different types of science. For example, we have been using a different kind of science and algorithms and methods to solve this problem. We're using statistical inference for medical data analysis, and we're using deep learning, medical imaging analysis, and using a different technique to interpreting this medical image, and at the end we're using machine learning algorithms to classify, clustering, and process the image, text, blood example trials, neurological tests, and different type of data we need to analyze. Okay, and at the end, the most important, using our proficient and skillful team to solve this problem. Okay, in the next slide, I want to represent our application in different parts. We develop and implement our application in Android and on web to use and for different kind of users, and respect to their passion and respect their favorite severity, as long as their side relationship, respect their select, respect their choose, respect their choose. What is it? Choose. In the next slide, I want to introduce our application in two parts, on web and in application in Android, to respect our users using in a different manner. So we develop and implement this application in two parts to respect our consumer. In the next slide, I want to talk about our application on movie. Okay. This video is about our application on Android. You can see our application, and in this part, you can mark your gender and choose your age. And after that, our application asks you about different problems. About your BMI, your smoking, your blood pressure, and your diabetes. And after you select that and answer our question, in the next phase, you must mark your problem in your body. And different part of our body is shown in this picture. And after mark that and select a different part, you can choose one of this problem, and in the next phase, application asks you a different type of question based on your problem. And at the end, our application shows your problem and your disease categorized and with a different probability based on the top two lists. And you can see what's your problem and which disease you maybe got, And the next part, we introduce you and talk about your trial you need to get and recommended you these trials. So this is our application on Android. In the next slide, I will talk about our application in web. Okay, you can see your patient panel. You see our patient panel, and in this panel, you can just like as our Android application, choose your gender and your age, and after you choose your age, our first question asks from you, and in the next phase, we can mark your problem on body, and in the next phase, answer the specific question and the results. Okay, this is our application video. In this slide, I will introduce our customer and our consumer. Okay. Our field investigation shows that 41.2% of our customers are men and 58.7% of them are women. And we will cover a wide range of people from infants to old people in age 1 to 18. And we diagnose and identify the disease based a different type of probability and warning the people to visit the doctor and talk about their problems and give a different type of trial and test to show their problems and disease. And this will help a long range of people to protect themselves from a different type of disease. Okay. In the next slide, in this slide, I want to talk about our algorithm and our application, how does it work. You can see in the first phase filter, we ask the obesity and smoking situation, blood pressure and their cholesterol and their diabetes. And after that, by analyzing and cluster them into different type of disease, our first estimation select the different type of disease for user. And after that, by choosing the different part of body human, for example, in their leg, and the problem were related to that, we analyze the disease and the problem more specific. And in the second phase, our machine learning algorithms, deep learning algorithms, and statistical inference analyzes choose your problem based a different type of probability and shows them in the list. And again, you can see your result and your requirement trial you need to take. Okay. The next slide, I want to appreciate for your attention. And if you have any question, you can contact us in our Instagram, our LinkedIn, our Twitter, our Telegram, and website, and through our email. Thank you very much. I will talk about our next application in the next video.